Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw was a guy that always looked for me, similar with when how Kenny played with Akeem. He came down, made sure I got my shots off first. Derek Fisher, we all remember the .04 shot. Rick Fox was a hustler to go out and play. Big Shot Bob.
Oh, wow,
saved
one of
me
my
so
favorites,
many
too.
times.
So he's won both of our favorites.
Big Shot Bob saved me so many times. I would probably only have one without Big Shot Bob. And Nick Van Exel, even though me and Nick didn't win together, we had a great time.
Well, obviously, he said Big Shot. Hakeem, Sam Cassell, Robert Horry, Vernon Maxwell. But one of my favorite of all time, Chucky Brown.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite teammate is Chucky Brown of all time.
You didn't say Otis Thorpe?
No, but Otis was cool.
Oh, my
but
God.
But Chucky Brown was my favorite teammate of all time, man.
Guess who I would say my favorite teammates are?
Who?
Who's that? It's us? Oh, Ernie.
Really?
I thought you were going to say
Thanks,
another
Ernie.
guy who wasn't here.
I'm getting choked up a little bit. Thanks for joining us.
Need some tissue.
On the floor for the visiting Milwaukee Bucks. At point guard, Michael Carter-Williams. At power forward, Jabari Parker. At center, Greg Monroe. At the other guard position, Chris Middleton. At the other forward position, Giannis Antetokounmpo. The head coach of the visiting team is Jason Kidd. Starting at power forward, standing 6'8", number 43, Anthony Tolliver. The other forward position, at 6'9", number 13, Marcus Morris. At the shooting guard position, standing 6'5", number 5, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. The other guard, at 6'3", number 1, Reggie Jackson. Numero 0, the center at 6'11" out of Utah, having big fun around the rim. This is Andre Drummond.
We are live from the Palace of Auburn Hills for this Eastern Conference battle featuring the Pistons here in Detroit. The Bucks will end the road trip here before heading back to Milwaukee. Tobias Harris still injured. They're counting the days until he returns.
He was hurt a few weeks back, Kevin, and they just got to find a way to make do without him.
Yeah, and they're still waiting to hear how much longer they're going to miss him.
So Detroit will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. Filling out the wings, it's Middleton and Antetokounmpo. Greg Monroe is out there with Parker, and it's Carter-Williams in at the 1 spot.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball.
And the Pistons were a better team last season than they were in 2014. I mean, they still ended up bottom in the Central Division, but most of it was because of how strong the Central really was last season.
Here's Jackson. Really played well against Phoenix in his last outing. Down low, Drummond. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
Here's Parker, following the bucket by the Pistons. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they come in off the loss to the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, And in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Here's Caldwell Pope. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
I had a chance to catch up with Jason Kidd. He told me they always have to be ready, especially against this team, because of their discipline and focus offensively. He said they can embarrass you if you're not attentive at the defensive end. We've got to stick to our principles and do all the little things at that end of the floor. Kevin, his team, able to get the win in their last matchup. We'll see if they can get it done tonight.
Very good, Doris. Thanks. Well, guys, you think they'll be able to make that strategy work for them?
You know, they're a very high percentage shooting team. So he's right to focus on playing the tight D. As for whether it'll work, we'll see.
Hey, sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Even tough D can be outdone by good offense.
Now here's Jackson. Greg Monroe unable to get his shot to go. And that one's good. Jackson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. It's Parker with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Jackson kicks to Tolliver. And he dunks it down.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Bucks trail by 3. Pass to Carter Williams. Parker outside. Back to Carter Williams. No good. Now the Pistons take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way. And that wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts at Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter in Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Monroe's shot is good.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move, and with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years.
And so it's Milwaukee with it. It's a